Hey there, everyone. Thanks for everyone joining me from Interference and Chill, and thank you very much to Ferret for the handover there. Yeah, this kind of works out really well, actually. You know, you get to do some fun interactive stuff with her, and then I get to sort of babble about our new thing here. So, yeah, as you've probably just heard from Ferret, unless you're just tuning in to me here, yeah, exciting news. We're going to be giving a talk at EGX Resd, so that will be on the Friday of the show, Friday at 12 noon on the Fringe Theatre stage, at the Fringe Theatre, on the Fringe stage, I don't know. But it's called, I forget what I actually called it on the pitch, something like A Developer's Adventure in Interactive Streaming. Or, no, Adventures in Interactive Streaming, A Developer's Point of View, or Story, or something. I haven't actually written the slide deck yet. I should kind of get on that. But yeah, it's going to be awesome. So we're going to be talking about each of our kind of things. So Bunnery's going to be talking about Zeitgeist and sort of all the interactive quiz stuff we do. Ferret's going to be talking about Interference and Chill. And I'm going to be talking about Rogue Drones. And then everyone will be able to play Rogue Drones on the show floor because we're also exhibiting it. So if you can't make the talk, you can come and have the first public showing of it. And yeah, you know, people can actually try it out, which sounds a little bit scary because that's in 5 weeks. I kind of need to get this moving along a bit. But we have a couple of new bits here. Well, a few bug fixes that I have managed to sort out based on your feedback from last week, mostly to do with mixed play cooldowns. A few other odds and ends of things, kind of preparing for our new UI. I know I was kind of building all this hype last week about getting the new UI in for this week. Not quite ready. But we do have a little bit of sneak preview here. We've got our new logo. So this is courtesy of the very awesome Bob Duck and Weave. Oh, hang on. Ferret kept telling me to set up a bot. So I meant to be typing things in the chat here, and then it says things, but I've forgotten what all of my commands are. One moment. Okay, so I have to do that, that, and that. Okay, so allegedly, if I go, wow, living in the future. Yeah, I can get Ava to say things. Yeah, you see, I do listen to what you tell me. Also, as I say, we've got some new branding from the very awesome Bob Duck and Weave. All these commands. Yeah, he's been doing some of our art live on his streams, which has been really awesome because not only are we getting this amazing art, but he's doing it in front of an audience who are giving us instant feedback, and people are thinking of stuff that I didn't think of when I sent over the brief for it. So it sort of worked out really well. Z-Jack saying, watch this streams, they were so good. Yeah, I mean, you know, he's phenomenal. I mean, especially compared to me with my programmer art. If you remember our old logo, which was kind of a bit like this, it was just boring square text. He was like, okay, I like your concept with the duality. You know, it was all like, you know, design, language. I like the duality. We just need to push that a bit further. So, you know, we've got like Rogue in like, you know, a less serious typeface, drones in the serious one. And then we've got this whole duct tape kind of thing going through it, because if you haven't seen the game before, this is based on what happened at UK airports over Christmas, where the airports were shut down because of rogue drones. And in the game, you are a member of airport security. Your boss won't pay for anti-drone tech, so you decide to improvise and sort this out yourself by basically getting your own drone, duct taping a stun gun to it, and then flying it around and trying to shoot down other drones. So duct tape is a big kind of theme in this. And yeah, you know, he was like, okay, we can do this, 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 and this, and yeah, it's really awesome. The only problem is I haven't got the new UI in the game yet. So after having seen that, I look back at the current state of the game and I'm like, wow, yeah, this is a bit poor. But you know, what can you do? Yeah, Z-Jack saying, I'm a designer myself, it's nice to watch a stream like that. Yeah, I'm loving these creative streams. It turns out like a few people do them, but obviously, you know, it's really engaging when it's your own stuff. But yeah, it's been fascinating. If you want to see what's been happening, if you check out that link to his channel, you can see a load of his VODs. Then I think our ones are sort of tagged as designing art for an indie game or something along those lines. But yeah, it's been really cool. You should go follow him anyway, because he does all kinds of cool stuff. So yeah, all right, let's have a bit of a look at this. Let me just see my audience count. Who've we got here? Because we might have some people who haven't seen this kind of stuff before. Okay, yeah, I'll do a bit of a run through of how all this stuff works, and yeah, basically sort of show you how it goes. Let me just turn my audio down a bit here. ZJack saying that's the best way to work with the client. Honestly, it's genius, because I mean, normally if we were getting someone to do art, I'd say, okay, this is what we want, send them something, and then they'd keep sending back proofs every so often, and I'd be like, oh, can you change this, can you change that, and there'd be all this back and forth. But like, we're literally just sat on his stream, and he's like, okay, I'm thinking this and that. All right, which of these two do you prefer? And we're like, the first one. Okay, cool. So he's not wasting time doing stuff that's going in the bin. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, the game's looking a bit bare after seeing Bob's UI. Yeah, this looks terrible, doesn't it? I should probably bring this up so you can actually see it. Yeah, so this is probably, hopefully, the last time you're going to see it in this state, because we're going to start adding in the bits and pieces gradually, because it'll be part of the big test for it will be seeing how it works when you're actually playing the game. Because things that look good sort of on a static design, it might not work too well if there's all motion going on behind it. Yeah, like ZJack says, it can be really time consuming doing all this back and forth, but the idea of just being able to go, oh, what do you think for this colour or this colour, and we go, first one, it's great. But also because there's an audience, I mean, he was doing some earlier today, there were about, I don't know, 30 odd people watching, and we could get instant feedback from them as well. Okay, what do you think? How do you think this should work? Because I was asking them about how they thought things should work in the game as well. So it's just a really, really fast feedback. It's awesome. If you're thinking about getting someone to do art for something that you're working on, getting someone to do it live, if you don't mind people watching it, it's a great idea. Really good. Oh, thank you, ZJack. ZJack saying, I love the game concept. Yeah, this is what happens when you have too much beer over Christmas. It seemed like a really good idea at the time, and then we did it, and I sort of posted a GIF, and then people were all, actually, yeah, I want to play this. So we're doing it, and taking it to a show. Yeah, what's the worst that can happen? It'll be fine. Oh, yeah, exactly. So, as Ferret says in the chat, earlier today we were talking about loading screens, and I hadn't decided what to do, and someone said, yeah, it should just be some duct tape on the screen saying loading, and it gets peeled off as sort of like a percentage kind of progress bar as loading happens, so then when it's done, like the whole thing's just like off. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have thought of that. I mean, I don't want to sort of get too excited about it again, because I've only just calmed down after watching him do it all earlier. But things like we've got a little timer here. I don't know if you can see my pointer on here. No, it gets cut out. But we've got a little timer underneath the radar at the top right there. I've just done text because, you know, I'm a programmer. I can't do fancy art. This is my level of art. We bought in all of the decent assets. The rubbish stuff is mine. And Bob just immediately goes, you know what we should have for that? Those little boards that you used to have at the airport for showing departures, you know, and all that. The timer should be one of those, or a high score table, that kind of thing. Like, oh, I would never have thought of that. It's awesome. But I'm sold now on exposing people to these things really early, so we can get feedback on them. Oh, I've taken focus away from that. There we go. So yeah, if anyone hasn't seen this, because I can see we've got a few more people in the audience who haven't been around before. The idea is, as I say, you've duct taped a taser. No, sorry, can't say taser. That's a trademark. You've duct taped a stun gun. I'm not even getting into that argument with someone because, you know, someone tried to release something called release an app called Interference just after we'd got all of this press from being in Tiger Awards, and we had this big argument. And yeah, I'm not getting into any trademark arguments with anyone. We won, just in case anyone's wondering. Technically, Interference is a registered trademark of Centrifuge Limited. We've got a certificate and everything. But yeah, so you duct tape a stun gun to your drone, and then you fly around and zap the other drones. So, you know, these guys have all turned up. I've got a very supportive boss here who, yeah, basically just criticises everything that I do and complains that it's not happening fast enough. So let's just get another one of those. You know, all he's interested in is why aren't you done? This should be... ooh, missed it. I thought that was a good shot there, but... so I haven't even turned mix play on yet, and I'm already messing it up. No, closer, closer. You've only got limited range, so you need to take some... Ooh, easy. Easy. He's going somewhere else now. So the idea is you... have I actually got my desktop audio on? I have, yeah. So you can hear the in-game sound. Yeah, so... there's a little bit of a knack to it. You know, you chase these things around, and you've got to get within range. Your range is like about 2 in-game meters or so, and you can't just keep shooting constantly because there is a cooldown on your stun gun. So one of the things that you might have noticed has changed since last week is, weirdly, I've replaced the placeholder UI for health and charge with a new placeholder that's a bit closer to what the actual art is going to be like. So this might actually be 1 gauge in the real UI, but I've got 2 here just so I can see what I'm doing a bit more. Bob came up with this idea of, because we're all about sort of hexagons, we're going for this sort of crossy road style kind of thing. By making everything look a little bit more unrealistic, it means we don't have to have realistic drone handling and all that kind of stuff. So we can kind of go the comedy angle a bit more. But yeah, he came up with the idea of, okay, hexagons for the gauges, but then sort of, I'm calling them petals internally, petals around the outside of more hexagons that disappear and then grow back. So, for example, I've got this on the health and the stun charge, just because the stun charge happens faster. So what you'll find is, as you take a shot, that empties and then kind of refills up. Or if I just bash myself into the ground, let's just get a little bit of a run up. Oh yeah, hang on. So I've set this now so for a bit more of a challenge. Ooh, that almost went wrong. You have to land before your drone will recover any health. So you can see this kind of gradually filling back up. But Bob's done this like very cool set of UI elements for this. So it's basically going to look a bit like this, but actually decent. But I've just been planning ahead and kind of doing the maths and the code and stuff for converting our health and charge values and things into something that can drive the animation of the graphics. Because I realise that even without actually having the finished graphics, I know a lot of stuff that needs to be happening. So things like, okay, well, we need a way to make these things disappear and then come back. And I've been experimenting with, I mean, if you look at this health one, you can see that final hex is just growing. And then I thought, well, maybe it would look nice if they kind of spun in very slightly. The charge one, you can't see it too well because it happens quite quickly. But you might see that they just sort of rotate a little bit, about, it's not much, 30 degrees maybe, just as they're sort of zooming in. And it just adds like a little bit more effect to it. And you see, this is something that I'm not very good at. I assume Ferret's saying fancy there, yeah. I'm a programmer. I just keep things simple. You know, I just have text and things and do that. But you just put, little bits of motion on stuff, and it really does make a difference. I mean, even with those 2 gauges, as I say, if I just kind of bang into the ground again, okay, that's just growing. Yeah, that's all right. But the little twist, I think it's cool. Anyway, we'll see how it looks when we get the proper UI in. So we're getting a replacement for the radar as well that we've got up there. You might have noticed we've got some cardinal points on there now as well. That was something that was suggested in Bob's stream chat. We're getting the NPC message UI at the bottom, so when you hear from your boss or someone else, that's going to have an overhaul. It's looking pretty cool. I mean, again, Bob is great because he takes these ideas. Oh, check out that melee. He takes these ideas I had of like, yeah, I'm thinking sort of ID cards because, it's an airport and security and stuff, and then goes, yeah, ID cards, but you could have it looking like this, and then does something that makes mine look terrible, but it looks very cool. So yeah, like new ID badges and things. And there's all the sort of tape motif and things. Everything's sort of like, it's a cross between sort of quite nice, smooth-looking stuff and then things looking a bit hacked together with the duct tape. But I think it goes really well together. I mean, I'm not an artist, so I can't really say things like aesthetic, but I think we've got a nice aesthetic going on. So yeah, we've made a few changes with things like that. A couple of minor changes to drone handling. I can't remember if this was in last week, but after watching Bob mess about with the logo, and there was a bit of discussion as to whether we should have a stun gun as part of the logo, I actually updated the stun gun model on the drone here, so it looks a little bit less rubbish. It's just a bit difficult to see when it's tilted away from you, but it does actually sort of have that kind of fangs kind of thing that they have. So yeah, that's quite nice. As I say, with if anyone hasn't seen us play this before, so the idea is you have to chase after these drones. You're not against the clock in this mode, but you are being timed, and that's sort of like your score to beat is how fast you're doing it. But the catch with this is the drone handles kind of, well, like a real drone. So you have control over thrust and tilt, and you combine those to decide what direction you're going. But because your weapon is attached to the drone, if you're going forwards, your shot goes down. So if you're just sort of chasing up to a drone, let's go after one of these, I can't kind of just race at this guy and try and shoot him. I need to sort of like flick up at the end. So, there's like a little bit of finesse required, which obviously I don't have, despite the fact that this is literally my game and I've been working on it for weeks and I still can't do it that well. But that's kind of how it goes, isn't it? Yeah, you see, I'm just doing it for show. I'm actually really good at this. Okay, so let me just sort of finish this off. I'll just show our endgame UI, which I think we're going to get Bob to do as well. Ooh, no, I won't be clever and try and melee that. You see, I'm trying to do this thing here so that I'm just sort of gliding past it whilst looking in... Ooh, not quite close enough. Looking in the right direction, so I'm actually facing forward to shock it. So, tabloid newspapers, UK style. I'm sure if you're in the UK, you know what paper this is. Yeah, we got the obvious sort of... I mean, I don't know what you call it on hard copy papers. Clickbait, basically. Missing racehorse found on the moon. So these are randomised each time now. Bunnery's written a load of bits of content for us, and so then your sort of end of level debrief is in the form of this paper. And they're never impressed. Airport security takes 11.5 minutes to disable rogue drones. They should just get on with it. Claims random passerby. We get a lot of they should just get on with it in the UK at the moment, but let's not go there. So yeah, that's kind of how we're looking at the minute. It's coming along. I mean, I keep making sort of little behind the scenes changes on how handling works and things, which doesn't really come across very well on a video. But we have been tweaking some of the mix play stuff this week as well. So let's see what happens with that. I think if I press that, I don't actually have my stream open, but I assume that's worked. So you should have a set of mix play buttons appear. Maybe I should just go and check that's actually working. Have I got one here? Ah, yeah, cool. Sorry, I lose focus there. So you don't see any buttons at all. Oh, okay, they appeared for me. You may just need to refresh. Oh, well, hang on. I don't know what happens if you're watching a hosted stream. Do you get mix play buttons there? Should do. Okay, yeah, fair. If you're having problems, just refresh. It could be a mix play glitch, quiz style. Or if you're on mobile, press the mix play button, etc., etc. So the idea is what we're doing, and this is what our talk is all about, because obviously we're giving a talk at EGX Rest about interactive streaming, because we're all about mix play. So this is our first game where we're building this in from the start. The mix play stuff for interference and the quiz, which is really a spin-off of interference, the interactive stuff was added on, whereas this, we're kind of planning for it from the start. So we've got things like the ability for your stream audience to mess about with the drone. Still no buttons for Ferret. Okay. Well, it's entirely possible that I've broken something. Let me just have a very quick look at this. No buttons here. Okay, right. Let me just... yeah, I'll be honest with you. I was working on this earlier, so it's entirely possible I've just kind of broken it this afternoon. I can see it. Z-Jack has buttons. Some people don't have buttons. What would cause that? Well, there we go. This isn't... oh, wait, there were no... Oh, yeah. Sorry, I should say... at the moment, at the moment, I haven't done the button layout for mobile or small browsers. So if you don't see it, if you're... Well, you won't see it if you're on mobile, sorry. If you're on desktop in a browser, you might need to make the window a bit bigger. Okay, yeah, obviously that's working now. So yeah, what we've done is added in things where the audience can interfere with, say, the handling of the drone. So we've got things like radio interference. Oh, no, other way. Now, you know. The idea being... Oh, no, then it runs out just as I'm getting used to it. So we've got things like radio interference, which flips my controls. I think Crash, that's just called a crosswind there. So it's you can see the arrow on my radar is the direction of the wind. So it's harder for me to go this way now, which is quite cool for, you know, if you see me sort of lining up a shot somewhere, you can press one of those buttons and then suddenly actually it knocks me off. Or we've got things like being able to disable the... yeah, there we go. So stun malfunction. So can't actually shoot anything now. If I want to try and take down one of these, I'm going to have to do it by hand. And then, you know, I would have totally meleeed that drone then if someone hadn't done that. As per a request the other week as well, we've got a tribute to all of the suffering that Ferret has with interference and chill with people pressing mix play buttons. I modified the photo of the ID badge of the person who gives you information about that. Having said that, again, you know, so I don't know why I'm trying to melee this one, seeing as my gun is back now. But yeah, I mean, all of that UI is going to be changing again. Oh, Bunnery's here as well. Hello. You okay? You see, I wasn't looking then, and then someone flipped my controls. So, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, with interactive stuff and kind of making it interesting for the audience, one of the things that we like doing is giving shout-outs to the people who are messing about with stuff. So, as you've noticed with these messages that pop up, we inject the name of the participant, as Mixplay calls it. So the person who presses the button, they get a shout-out in those NPC messages. So radar interference has reduced the range of my radar. So like that drone ahead of me, I can't see it on the radar yet until I get a bit closer. Oh, it ran out anyway. The slow recharge, obviously, as you'd guess, slows down the recharge rate of the gun. Oh, now it's just balked entirely. In fact, you can see the sort of the petal unfurling thing a little bit better when... Wow. Okay, that's interesting. My set of cooldowns obviously isn't working quite right. Okay, cool. This is one of the things I wanted to test today. Yeah, if you have the slow recharge on, it lets you sort of see the petals unfurling a little bit better. So, yeah, there you go. You can, in fact, if I kind of get over a dark background, you can maybe see it a bit better. So you can see them sort of rotating as they kind of zoom in. Which I think is quite a nice effect. It'll look really good when we have the actual art in there. Yeah, I think maybe just the cooldown doesn't fire quite fast enough. Oh, okay, no, it's just not working then. What's supposed to be happening now, after what happened last week when I hadn't planned it through and basically people could just spam all of them in one go. Oh, I should probably just kind of land and try and recover some health. Oh, there's a crosswind, so it thinks I'm still moving. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I'll just park up here for a moment. let's just keep an eye on what's going on. So yeah, after last week when we had people pressing everything at once, and if nothing else, I mean it's funny, but if nothing else, it just sort of made all of the notifications pop up at once, which was a bit of a shame. And also, it meant that all of the effects expired at the same time. So you kind of want them a bit spread out, just so that the streamer, the player, is potentially always dealing with something. So what I've done today, although it doesn't quite seem to work, I'm not entirely sure what's going on there. The one you press gets a long cooldown, which is basically twice the length of the status effect it causes. So they last for 20 seconds, and the cooldown on the button is 40 seconds. It should. Yeah, I don't know what's caused that then. It should do a cooldown on the rest of the buttons for I think it's about 6 seconds. It's just a short cooldown, just so that when you press one, the others get temporarily locked out, just so that you can't stack them all together at the same time. I'm kind of now wondering if maybe this isn't actually the most recent build. No, 1.6, so that is right. I don't know. I'll have a look at it later. But this is why doing this kind of thing is really awesome, because you know we found something that I hadn't noticed. Oh, hang on, I should have made that shot count because I've got a slow recharge now. There we go. Come on. Oh yeah, one of the things that was suggested last week that I haven't added in yet was I think Hey Anthony suggested there should be a bit of a sort of a blast effect from the engine. If you're going behind it, you know, you should get sort of pushed out of the way, that kind of thing, just to kind of make it a bit more difficult to move around. You know, sort of like having to be a bit more aware of your environment. Yeah, in terms of the UI that's coming, we're going to have a radar update, which looks a lot nicer. We'll probably have a more interesting effect for the radar interference rather than just the dots not appearing. I mean, if someone presses radar interference, what you should find is that the ones around the edge disappear, and then I only see, I think it's 10 meters in game. Will the Helo Blades pull you down? Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, we should do that. Pull you down? Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Yeah, so if you try and fly over them, there'd be a bit of kind of downdraft from that. Although having said that, they're maybe not going fast enough for to warrant that, but we should speed that up, or at least, you know, you should have like a little bit of sort of buffeting or something going on. It should mess up your tilt controls slightly. So yeah, radar UI getting a bit of an update. Oh yeah, the missing mixplay buttons issue is I haven't actually finished setting up the buttons, just with it being a test. I haven't done mobile and small screen layouts. If you're in a browser, if you go full screen, well, not full screen, but just maximize the window, they'll all appear. I hadn't even thought of that. But yeah, that's my fault for being lazy. It should work on a surface if you're landscape and you've got the window maximized. Or perhaps not. I think it works on my surface. I don't know. In fact, no, I don't think I've tried it on there. Ah, thank you, Bun. Oh, okay, that's interesting. You managed to do 2 crosswinds. That definitely shouldn't be possible, because it should see that there is already one there and not let a second one be called in. Okay, right, okay. That's interesting. Ferret, did you press that twice, or did you just press it? Is everyone pressing things once and something's balked and it's happening twice? Or are you managing to sort of double click them? Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's just I think my check for is this already active is happening a fraction too late. I'll move that up. Yeah, I spam clicked. Yeah, nice. But yeah, as I say, this is awesome, because this is stuff I wouldn't have noticed until we got to Rest or, you know, whatever. Because part of the thing with trying to debug something yourself is you know you're trying to test for edge cases, but I think subconsciously your mind kind of goes like, oh no, that won't happen, so I don't need to test that. Or you know, you don't even think of the things. But then someone else comes along and they're like, yeah, I'm just going to spam click this, and you fight, ugh, Okay, nearly hit the ground there. And you find these things. So this is really, really helpful. Yeah, I don't know what's gone on with this cooldown thing. In fact, no, because I got it working just before I came down for food, didn't I? So maybe I haven't rebuilt it since then. Maybe this is like a like one minor build behind, and so it's not in there. Okay, maybe I have fixed this, but it's just not in this version. It'll be fine for next week. It'll be all good. So yeah, as I say, this is really useful for people picking up these things. You see, no one tried to make me crash then. Oh, it's on cooldown. I know last week Anthony got the got some really good skills of just waiting for me to make a shot on someone, and then its backwards controls hurts my brain. I can't talk and do backwards controls at the same time. Oh, then it ran out. No, it hasn't run out. No, now it's run out. Oh no. The problem is, right, I've started adjusting to it quite quickly, and then you... Oh, okay, that was interesting. I didn't see that one. Yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah, flip controls, and then I'm starting to find it harder to come back from it when it runs out. Shouldn't be able to click them all so fast. Yeah, as I say, I put in a fix for this earlier, but I think it's just not in this build. And my streaming setup here isn't set up to capture direct from Unity, because we're building this in Unity, because it has an awesome MixPlay SDK. And works my MacBook. Okay, cool. Yeah, higher resolution, I imagine. So yeah, the problem is, I think the current live version in Unity would have that fix in, but yeah, it just makes a mess if I try and capture straight from there. So yeah, Bunnery's saying, do you like the messages? The pub one's my fave. Yeah, I mean, well, we were having a bit of a chat about that last week, actually, because I was wondering how well that would sort of localise. Yeah, there we go. I bought those off Hey Anthony in the pub. Don't know how reliable they are. I mean, I was saying, well, would that work in, say, the US? Oh, I'd even just read that out and then forgot and tried to shoot that one. Oh, just a big noob. And then I crashed into the ground again. I quite like that one, actually. I saw a person trying to charge their phone with your stun gun. Have they messed up the battery? I find that quite funny. I do like the pub one. But yeah, we were saying, like, well, would that work in the US? Oh, I think I've balked it. You see. Now we've even got a new fail message here. Incompetent staff failed to protect airport from rogue drones. So yeah, I did actually add that in as well. But yeah, I mean, we were saying, in the US, if you wanted to buy something off a shady guy, like a wide boy or whatever, I mean, do people even say that outside of the UK? Do people even say that in the north? I don't know. Wide boy isn't. Yeah, I'm a southerner, really. Oh, okay. What's a wide boy? Yeah, I mean, it's someone who's, little bit wee, little bit wah, a geezer. Yeah, like a dodgy geezer. The kind of person that would, come up to you and be like, mate, I got these stun guns. Don't ask no questions. Won't tell you no lies. But £5. Yeah, I give you 3 for a pony or something like that. A fat dog? I don't know. I mean, it sounds like, on the chonk chart, oh Lord, he come in. Hefty chonk, wide boy. Like a long boy. Is this actually a thing? Are we talking about hot dogs or dogs now? Like actual dogs? Yeah, I mean, this is the good thing about being able to talk to people all over the world as well. I do sometimes feel like I say a lot of random nonsense, and I worry that people won't understand. Oh, of course, like a Dashan. Yeah. Yeah, like a Stumpy Boy. Yeah, I'm with you. It's true though. Yeah. Just as an aside, if anyone hasn't seen them, the what's it called, lucid chart videos on YouTube are amazing. Where it's like an advert for this thing that it's like Visio really, but oh sorry, shall I move over a bit? You can come in. It's like Visio, but you can sort of like they demo it by doing charts of animal names. It's very cool. So other thing that I've never stayed on this screen for this long, but as you are identifying here, we need to disable interactions when you're here because it doesn't make sense. Mm. I hadn't thought of that. In fact, if I come out of that, does it disconnect? Yeah, one thing I'm still trying to fix, I haven't quite worked out what's going on here, is I try to disconnect Mixplay when we come out of the actual game session, and it just sits there saying waiting for the game to be ready, and it doesn't lose that state until actually you quit the game. And I don't know what that's about. There is like a disconnect thing, which I would have thought would actually disconnect you, but apparently doesn't. I don't know. It's a mystery. We'll get it figured out though. But yeah, so this is kind of where we're at the moment. As I say, I'm pretty excited to get some of the new UI in. Yeah, I mean, I'll just bring it up again here. So things that we're going to be replacing, the health and charge gauges, although they might be merged into one thing. We've got a new radar, we've got new timers, we've got a new drone count. What's that, sorry? Yeah, the timers are going to look pretty cool, although I've still got to work out how to sort of do the code for that. But yeah, that should look pretty awesome. Yeah, I got a week before I have to do this again. It'll be fine. I'm trying to think. Did he do altimeter and speed? Oh yeah, because we had a big discussion about is it altimeter or altimeter? Altimeter. That altimeter. I don't know actually, because you'd say a speedometer. So would it be an altimeter? Altimeter. Yeah, thanks for that. I need you to hyphenate that, showing where you're putting emphasis on the different bits. Yeah, but yeah. It's altimeter. I think altimeter. Altometer. Altimeter. Oh, this is like when I say inventory and you say that I say it wrong. Inventory. This is a northern thing. I think. Altimeter. That's what I said, wasn't it? No, that's because I was trying to say the different ways we were saying earlier. Altimeter. Oh, I feel like we've opened an entire can of worms here. Ferret, no, please, Ferret, please, no. Altimeter, alteam liter. Yeah, it's like a meter for Tim's. No, an eater for Tim's. Yeah, an old Tim eater. Listen to dictionary, read it to me. Oh, okay, that's quite convincing. Wait, OED or some other kind of thing? Oh, okay. Altimeter. Yeah, altimeter. Yeah. Altimeter. Altometer is for... Oh, the struggle is real. I didn't even... Yeah. Anyway, we will in the plan, we shall put down the official pronunciation. We shall have a pronunciation guide or something. It's a type of flow meter. Okay. Altimeter. Altometer. Altimeter. Altimeter. I love the fact that, we broadcast these things live on the internet and there's a group of people sitting there watching me say the word altimeter, altimeter, all-time-eater in different with different weight and pronunciation and cadence and stresses. And I was just like, altimeter, altimeter, altimeter. Isn't the internet wonderful? I mean, we do live in the future. Um, when we were doing I was doing a co-stream with Ferret on yesterday, Tuesday. What day is it now? Wednesday. Yesterday, and someone came in was like, "Oh my word, I love your BBC accent. Oh, it's like I'm watching BBC One." I wasn't even doing my proper accent, yeah, you know, they were quite impressed. I have the confusing thing of this is actually my sort of fake accent that I kind of developed when I moved up here, because I'm originally a southerner and speak properly. Oh, sorry, I forgot about my apple crumble. Bunnery made apple crumble earlier, and I brought some up and then forgot about it. I will eat this. No, I will eat this once we've finished it. I'm sorry, Bun. But eating stream, yeah, could do. Cheese, like, oh yes, it was cheese. But yeah, this is actually my learned accent for when I came up here, because everybody said, why do you speak so weirdly? Because I used to speak, you know, proper RP, which is my actual accent. No, but I mean, you know, I grew up in Hertfordshire. That's how everyone speaks, you know, down there. But yeah. So I used to speak RP, well, almost RP, which is received pronunciation, you know, like sort of posh BBC language. Like, well, maybe not the Queen, but yeah. And everyone said I was weird when I came here. So I kind of developed this. I don't even know what this accent is. I don't sound like a local, but no, I said I haven't gone native because I never say a up duck. Ferret wants apple crumble. You know, we'll yeah. If you come over, or if we come over your way, we'll bring some fresh cooking apples. Did someone give them to you at the library or something? Did you say? People are nice. Are you even allowed to do that? Is there some sort of, you know, health and safety / threat risk or something there? Well, that's because it's you. I mean, obviously it's going to be better. This is true. To be fair, everyone kind of says that. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah, Ferret says, do they taste like books? Anthony says, library apples. It's nice when people are nice like that. Do you find the best apples inside books? They're drawn nicely. Oh, actually, sorry, just whilst I'm thinking about it, if I can... have I got my mixplay thing on? I haven't, actually. If I press this little thing here, if I just... I can't remember if I showed this off before, but it entertained me. If someone presses crosswind, it should make the windsock actually point in the correct direction. That entertains me. There's another one over here somewhere. And then when the wind dies down, it should... if I don't crash into the ground too much. Yeah, exactly. I like the way of kind of surfacing... Oh, I broke it. Never mind. I don't even know what I hit there. Oh, I think I hit the edge of the world. You're sort of technically in a big dome. This is why we can't have nice things. Yeah, never mind. Cows lose their jobs as price of milk drops. Pages 12 to 20. I like the fact that it picks random page numbers and it's all like for a stupid article. It's like they've devoted a massive spread to it. Yeah, I just find it entertaining. Can we crowdsource the news articles? Now that's an interesting idea, actually. Yeah, we should. Maybe we should sort something out on the website where people can submit ideas, and then we could like have a little credit list somewhere or something. Yeah, if anyone thinks of stuff, hold that thought. We will. Oh yeah, that could be quite cool. Um, mm. Yeah. We should look into that. Just take titles from the Onion. Well, I mean, you say the Onion, but I mean, it's pretty much just any paper these days, especially with all the nonsense that's going on here at the minute. I mean, I say probably in the morning when we wake up and look at the news and stuff, maybe half of the week I make some comment along the lines of, I'm not actually sure if this is satire. Normally to do with Brexit or Trump or something, but um,
But most of these are actually sort of loosely based on actual real headlines
y-
from one particular.
yeah. If you're in the UK, you know what paper this is, and these are, well, basically headlines from there, but we've just swapped one word normally. It The Onion is already satire. Well, the thing is it though? Is it still satire if the world catches up with it? Would it be satire if they actually start having sensible news headlines on The Onion and articles because the real world is just so weird? I mean, life is crazy. Um, yeah, I like that. Maybe we should. Sorry, just bashing my microphone. Maybe we should do something like get a crowdsource some stuff like this. Um, I mean, we were talking about.
Write the journalist's name underneath. That'd
Mm,
be another way of referencing people who kind of helped out.
experts advise against throwing laptop across office, even though it would feel incredible. Um, that reminds me a bit of the IFX IRL trailer that we did when we did IFX IRL. If you go check out our YouTube channel, or probably if you search for IFX IRL, yeah, we did VT from outside and stuff. We had to go to the post box, which was next to the pub. So then I think we had to go to the pub. Um, the struggle is real. Slapping Jaffa cakes on your face will make you look younger. Yes, yes, I like that. Um, yeah, we should get Jaffa cakes and things in there. Are Jaffa cakes a trademark?
Yeah, you'd have to call them orange biscuits.
Like, but what's that guy? Butterworth, Brian Butterfield. No, I was talking about this the other day, and you weren't sure who I was on about then. It's the guy from, that guy whose name I can never remember, and then never pronounce when I can remember it. Peter Seunathwich.
So yeah.
He did a sketch about this guy who has these weird, crazy names for everything. Have you tried turning it off and on again? That's one of the things the boss should say. Yeah. In fact, now one of those has just popped up. One of the things that was suggested on stream earlier was things like getting people's names on the ID badges that pop up. But then I kind of like the idea of there being kind of the standard staff at the airport that are saying things like, Storm, I forget what it was that just happened there, Storm Wraith Leader, or a hacker calling themselves Hey Anthony. I kind of like things like that.
Do you know what's scary though? The group calling itself Hey Anthony. Imagine the whole group.
Yeah. A group of Hey Anthonys. I wonder what the collective noun for that is. Oh, okay. Maybe Jaffa's has become genericized then.
Orange is not kind of.
I really want Jaffa cakes. I'll name Jaffa cakes. Yeah, it could be that it's genericized. Because this is
The orange part.
this is why we. Yeah, maybe I should sort of embiggen us again here. If Well, we'll have a bit of a discussion about this. I'm not as organised as Ferret, so I don't have a big camera, small game view. I should sort that out. Do this one weird thing every day that'll make you live longer. I think we've got that, yeah. Bag of milk, recently elected mayor of large metropolitan city. Yes. I'd love it if there was a way to download Stream Chat with the VOD.
Doesn't it work?
I don't know. I'll have a look at that. Um, what was I just talking about then? Jaffa cakes. Jaffa cakes are awesome. Trademarks becoming generic. So, just because I was talking about trademarks earlier, it's actually quite interesting because everyone knows if you have a trademark and someone else uses it, you need to send them a cease and desist and all that. And it doesn't actually work like that. You don't have to, because everyone says, "Oh no, you have to, or you lose your trademark," and it doesn't work quite like that. What you have to stop from happening is it becoming a generic term. So, as I said earlier, I mean, I said, "Oh yeah, you've got a taser strapped to the drone." We can't say taser because Taser International or whatever they're called. Taser's actually a trademark that they own, and they're having a big thing at the minute at trying to prevent it from becoming generic. Because if it's generic, effectively they use the trademark because it just becomes a verb and a noun. Well, taser as a noun, and to tase would be the verb. And if that just becomes an accepted thing that people say, they'll sort of lose the trademark. So they're actually having this big thing trying to say to news agencies and things like that, when you're writing up a story where a taser has been deployed, do not use it as a verb. Do not say the policeman tasered the suspect, because it makes it become a generic term. So they're actually really focused on it at the minute because they stand to lose a lot there. I think our trademark guy said we shouldn't go into too much detail about what happened with our trademark thing, and it's not a terribly exciting story, aside from the fact that someone we were thinking about trademarking interference, and then I looked and someone actually had a draft trademark submission, and I was like, whoa. So we spoke to a guy who we'd met at EGX actually, and he said, yeah, I can sort this out for you. And basically what happened is we had to basically have this argument with this American company that was trying to register interference for for games, apps, that kind of stuff. Because it's trademarked on a few things which can't be confused with us, like, I forget, music or something like that, which is fine because we can coexist with that. The big thing was they were trying to trademark it for games and apps, which would have potentially allowed them to get interference kicked out of the app stores. So we had to counter kind of file a trademark application. And yeah, spinning on to the end, we won because we're awesome. And basically, we've been using the name Interference for like 9 years. So we had like a really good prior claim on it. And loads of press coverage and award like nominations and stuff like that. But yeah, basically, we beat this company that actually had massive funding, like millions, and then we work out of a loft conversion at home, and we won. So that was nice. But yeah, can't go into more detail than that really. But it was an interesting experience. We have a certificate and everything. So just catching up with what was in the chat there. Wraith Leader saying dog elected for third time as mayor. Experts claim stun guns do not cause injuries, people do. I like that. That's relevant. Yeah. Yeah, we should work in some sort of meta references about the thing itself. That could be pretty awesome. But yeah, I mean, if anyone has any ideas, if you want to either drop them into Discord, I might actually make a Rogue Drones channel in Discord. That's probably the way to go, isn't it? Now that we've started getting our branding, I'll actually set that up. So if we just drop him in Discord for the moment, I might set up a form on the website or something, and then we can maybe suggestions and questions isn't being used. NPCs you could potentially hurt or rescue. Maybe we should have a Rogue Drones channel, and then we can say to people, if you've got any ideas or feedback or anything, slap it in there, And then we can kind of post what's going on, and because I've got like collections of GIFs and things as we've been doing this. If you're on Discord, hang on, I forgot. Ferret encouraged me to set up a bot. Discord. Yeah. So if you're on our Discord, you may have seen me post something in Nerd Chat, I think, earlier. Yeah. I actually just made it so anyone can do that, but there is a minor cooldown on it. 5 out of 10, not enough science talk. Yeah, fair point. Okay, so all right. Look, we already know I'm not good at cooldowns. I'll be honest with you. I put a 5-second cooldown on that command. Maybe it should have been more. But we know that from Interference and Chill, and from this. Oh, all right. There we go. I've changed it now. So, well, this is why it's useful having people test stuff for you. So yeah, if you want, join our Discord. If you have a look in Nerd Chat, then I sometimes post gifs in there. But well, I'll get it all focused into a Rogue Drones channel. It's actually quite interesting seeing how much this has kind of progressed since the initial version. I know a few of you have seen it, but yeah, it's kind of cool. I should maybe show some of those things on here. We should do sort of like a monthly update saying, this is what it looked like then, this is what it looks like now. Set to just post every few minutes. Yeah, that'd probably be a good idea. Haven't worked out how to do these things yet, because I only installed this a couple of hours ago, just because I knew Ferret would say, you should set up, mix it up. And I'd be like, yeah, I'll do it. But, timers. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, I'll try pressing that later. I did some other things. I forget what have I got. Can I do quiz or something? I don't know. No. Can I do Zeitgeist? Yeah, I just need to actually remember what all of these things are. This is where everyone starts trying to guess what things I would have done. Let's go what resed or something. You're close there, Ferret. I think it's I and C. Okay, you guessed it. Yeah. Yes, I saw you did IAC in yours. I can't believe I put an ampersand in something, because I always avoid them because of all the grief they cause in XML. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, there you go. I've got a bot now. So as we said earlier, we're going to be talking about all this kind of stuff at Res on the Friday. If you want to come along to that, you can get tickets egx.net/resd. We're going to be on the Friday for the talk, but we will be there for the entire show, showing this off as part of the Tentacle Collective. So if anyone is there, basically just look for the giant inflatable tentacles. I'm not making this up. This is an actual thing. I think we had this conversation last week or the week before, and then someone, Anthony possibly, came back into the chat and was like, okay, did not expect there to be that much tentacle. But yeah.
He says it's heretic.
Oh, cool. Thank you, Wraith Leader. Yeah, if you drop them in, stick it in Discord somewhere, and then I'll sort it out later. But yeah, the idea is these guys just wanted something that would be really easy to find at a show, and then they, unless that's your thing, then go you. But yeah, they thought, well, we'll get an inflatable thing, and I'm sure I saw somewhere something about someone had ordered it and then didn't want it, and so they managed to get it cheap, and they were like, yeah, okay, we'll be a tentacle thing, Tentacle Collective. So yeah, we'll be sharing it with some interesting people. Hopefully, we know the guys from Bay Team. They were in the Tentacle Collective. Perfect Date, Olive Rage 24, and maybe Rue. They were there. Gave us some stickers. They were cool.
I found mine the other day.
I know. I found some as well. Cool. Thank you. Yeah. So we got Rogue Drones channel and ready to post it in there. Awesome. Yeah. That's kind of it, really. as I say, hopefully going to start getting some of the new art in the next week. Maybe I can see I've had a torrent of DMs on Discord from Bob. Actually, I should probably just have a quick look at it. Okay. Oh, he's just asking for exactly what we need. I'll go and reply to that in a sec, and then hopefully we'll start getting these things through, and I can start plugging them in. It'll be it'll be cool. But I'm really pleased with this, how this is looking already. This business with the tape, and it just shows. And I've been saying to everyone, it's not worth trying to do your own art. If you can't do it, just get someone to do it. Everything we've made so far, we've always done the art in-house, and it's just not worth it. Seeing this, I mean, I could have spent all week on a logo, and it wouldn't have looked this good. And he just busts this out in like 15 minutes, like, oh yeah, we should do this, ba 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 ba, and it's done. Live and on camera. Yeah, the time you save is well worth the money. Exactly. Yeah, I mean the guys at Bithell Games. I never quite know how to pronounce it. Mike Bithell. Thomas was alone. Volume, subsurface circular, that kind of stuff. His company put out, what's it called? The Game Dev Business Handbook or something. I've got a copy of that, and it was saying in it, doing your own stuff is a false economy. Because you go, oh well, I can save money. It's not worth paying for someone to do art. I got a copy of Fireworks. I can do that. No. As I say, I could have spent a week doing that, and it would suck. And this looks awesome, and he did it just in like, okay, maybe not 15 minutes, but he did it in an hour or something. You've got to build your own time when working on stuff, and yeah, I mean the amount of stuff he's doing for us for the money that we've paid is far, yeah. I mean, yeah, we're getting massive value for money. In fact, I should probably pling Bob. You should go check him out. You can watch the VODs of him doing it. He said, I'm into this. Yeah. It's a week that you've got to fix bugs. Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Okay, I could be doing this, but I could be doing something else. Yeah. It's if you go back and look at his VODs, you can actually see this bit, and there's an awesome moment where he's done the logo without the background, and he's like, yeah, it's not very high contrast though. We could do with a bit of a background behind it. Wait a minute, hang on, and then he sort of rummages around in his big stash of assets, and he's like, this, and like pulls out this bit of tape, and everyone in the chat is like, oh my word, that's perfect. And I never would have thought of it. Yeah, it's fascinating to watch. Really, really interesting. I know Z-Jack, I don't know if Z-Jack's still around, but Z-Jack said that she'd watched some of it. She was a designer and finding it really interesting. But I mean, I've been finding it really interesting as a non-designer, seeing how things work. Yeah, it's really very interesting. Anyway, I should possibly wrap up there because I've been babbling for an hour. Although, if you want to see us babbling for an hour about Mixplay, you should come to our talk at Rest. It'll be awesome. But yeah, it's basically going to be one of my streams, but in real life, where I'm all Mixplay. Mixplay is awesome. We should do Mixplay. Yeah. As I say, Bunnery will be talking about Zeitgeist. Ferret will be talking about Interference and Chill. I'll be talking about this. Yeah, it'll be awesome. I think someone suggested earlier on, possibly in the Interference and Chill chat, I forget what I'm talking about now. We should do... Oh, we should get some mix play happening in the talk. Yeah, it was something I was thinking about, but I don't know if we can guarantee decent internet. So, it would be a shame trying to demo it live and then it just balk. And to be honest, I don't want to pay 500 quid for a hardline because it's an exhibition and that's how much internet costs. But yeah, there was talk originally of doing a live Zeitgeist. But I think that would have been really cool. Yeah. well, so yeah, we'll show some clips of some of these things, but
So the week before, the quiz has got to be really good.
yeah, yeah, everyone has to come and do the quiz and be all like, "Oh wow, this is the best thing ever. This is the greatest show," etc., etc.
Can we come on to that tune?
Copyright, probably. Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, not. Um, but yeah, I would have loved to do a live Zeitgeist. Maybe adding in something like the room versus the internet.
Wow. That sounds like a busy taking.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sort of accidentally giving spoilers for Zeitgeist V2. So I probably shouldn't do that because I'm going to set expectations. But you know, there may be interesting things in Zeitgeist V2 when we actually get onto that, which was actually what we were meant to be doing in February, and then this thing happened. Yeah, and then you know we're going to a show in 5 weeks. I should get on that. Anyway, yeah, I should probably wrap it up there and let you people all go off and do something else. But thank you very much for hanging on after Interference and Chill. I mean, wow, like it's like 9:30 now. Does that mean we've had some people here for 3 hours? You,
It's alive.
you guys are awesome. I I appreciate the fact that you know you've just given up a pretty big chunk of your day to come and hang out with us. Yes, thank you. Thank you on behalf of Ferret as well. I think she's probably still in the chat, but we live here now.
That's cool.
Yeah, join us.
That's hurt.
You're all awesome. Yes, you are all very awesome.
We
I
think we have friends, really, don't we?
Yeah, I think we have a wonderful community. We have a really awesome community, and yeah, it's everyone's really nice.
Oh, I hope you feel better soon.
Yes, that's true. Z-Jack's been feeling pretty rough, actually. You missed that earlier, but yes, yes, get well soon. Oh, I can say that in voice now rather than just in chat. But yeah, yeah, being ill does suck. Well, I mean, what? It's Wednesday now, so if you're still feeling bad at the weekend, we'll try and entertain you with the quiz on Sunday. And it'll be like, you know, pling ZG. Yeah, bot. Oh, I should have done this before. Yeah. I want a stream deck now, so I can just press buttons and make it happen. I don't have that kind of budget. Going on a holiday on Saturday, so I hope so. Oh wow. Okay, yeah. You want to be feeling better for that. Being ill on holiday sucks. Someone take the bot away from him.
I'm going to put the apple crumble in his hands and then he can't mess with it.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I should eat my apple crumble. Yeah. I'm sorry, Bun. I just got really involved in everything. I'm sorry.
Don't spend all that.
I'm sorry. I did have a bit before I started, and it was nice.
Yeah, right.
And then I've kind of got carried away and let it go cold. Yeah. So we will wrap it up there. I will eat my apple crumble. Hopefully, the internet will work so I can play the quiz. You're going on holiday on Saturday, and you're going to play the quiz on Sunday. Respect. I approve.
Destination. Wow.
This is why we have an awesome community. Because you know we get people saying like, I mean, like I know like when Jess says, "Oh, I might miss the quiz because I'm going to be out, but I'll have my phone with me, so I'll start on there." Z-Jack saying, "Yeah, I'm going on holiday, but I'll be there." Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, Ferret and Mr. Tapestry have played from the Chinese restaurant where they get their takeaway. Yeah, everybody's like, "I can't miss this." It's awesome. Well, I think actually Antiterita is the man to beat this week. Yeah.
He's a champion, isn't
Um,
he? Really awesome.
yeah. I think Rubberfish was a bit gutted there. But I mean, that really jumped around at the end. Anyway, I'm digressing. Yeah, yeah, you know me. Well, thank you very much for joining us, even though like the last 15 minutes have just been me sort of talking about trademarks and apple crumble and things. So yeah, thank you very much for hanging on for all this time. That is very, very awesome of you. As I say, if you have a look at our Discord, we're going to have Rogue Jones' channel there that Ferret set up. We'll be posting all kinds of interesting things to do with the game in there. And yeah, fingers crossed, new art next week. Or at least the start of it, as I gradually start adding it in. It should be cool. I'm excited. I'm hyped. The cool kids say hype now. So yeah, it's going to be awesome. Anyway, have a great evening all, or if you're a little bit to the west of us, have a great day. And yeah, we will catch. Well, we'll catch you on Sunday for the quiz. Otherwise, I think I don't know. Ferret's probably streaming something over on her channel tomorrow. Probably, I don't know, Apex or Smash or something like that. And yeah, we'll catch you for the quiz on Sunday. Have a great evening/day. We'll see you then. Bye.